Hello again, family and friends. It's Hadasha Shulamite once again. Please remember to to like, share, and subscribe these videos. Today we're going to talk about four rich lepers. Four rich lepers. Uh, Now, there was famine in Samaria because the king of Syria had kind of attacked um, the children of Israel in Samaria. And to protect themselves, they stayed behind the walls. They stayed behind the walls, and the Syrians were encamped round about. So they were stuck in there, and I guess they ate everything that they had. All the food that they had was gone. And they were actually buying pigeon dung to eat, to survive. And it got really bad. And I'm pretty sure that they were praying. The prophet was praying and everybody was praying and things like that. Now, in the vicinity, there were four lepers, like I said in a previous video. They could not dwell among the regular population. They stayed away because they were lepers, and they were considered unclean because leprosy is a curse. And so they were out there as well, and they were hungry. And they decided, well, let's go to the Syrians. Here, we out here, we're going to starve to death anyway. Maybe they'll have pity on us and throw us a piece of bread or something so that we don't die. So they decided to go. Well, in the meantime, the right-hand man in Samaria, the prophet had told him, look, by tomorrow this time, wheat and barley is going to be sold. You'll be able to go and buy wheat for a shekel, and one measure for a shekel and two measures of barley for a shekel. Measures of barley for a shekel. And he did not believe, and he doubted the prophet. And the prophet said to him, okay, you know what? You will not be able to enjoy what is going to happen. In other words. And so, getting back to the lepers, they decided to go. And they went to the camp of the enemies of the Syrians. And as they were going, I guess they were going very timidly, and hoping that they're going to have pity on them. Maybe they made themselves look even worse, if that's possible. Hoping that they would have sympathy on them and give them something to eat. So as they got there, before they got there, they noticed stuff dropped on the ground, like when a person is leaving in a hurry. And they got closer to the camp and there was nobody. And there was stuff thrown all around. Food and precious stuff, gold and, all kinds of stuff. Back then, those people had gold. It was like, the way we carry around maybe pots and pans. I don't know, but it was there. But anyway, they ate, and they had so much food. And what they did as well, they picked up stuff that was there, like precious things, gold and the jewelry and maybe nice clothes and whatever. And they went and they hid it. And they came back again and they made 2 trips. And they stopped and they said, you know what? This is not good. We're having all this stuff, and the people behind the wall, they have nothing. Some evil is going to befall us if we don't share, because this is not right. So they decided to go to the gate and to report that there are no Syrians here. So Elijah, the prophet, and the king, they were like, well, the king said, this is some kind of trick. They just gone somewhere, and as soon as we go out there, then they're going to attack us. So I guess they considered the whole situation, the lepers show, I guess they showed them, look, we had so much food. I mean, we had baked chicken, and we had turkey, and we had, rice and beans, and we had bread and cakes and all that stuff, just throwing that in there. The point is that the proof was there. They showed them these things. So the king decided, well, you know what? We're going to send a few people out there. They had a few horses that survived to go and check it out. And as they got nearer and nearer, sure enough, nobody attacked them, and there was stuff strewn all over the place. For blocks and blocks, there was stuff like, they left in a haste. And they went back and they said, it's true. It's true. Because they were there camping out, waiting to get in to Samaria. And I guess so they had enough food to last for a long time, to outlast whatever they had in there. And so when they got to the camp of the Syrians, there was barley and wheat, and there was food and clothes and jewelry and precious things and all kinds. There was so much stuff. What had happened was, and this is just going to show how God can deliver his people. God had caused the Syrians to hear chariots and horses galloping, coming towards them. And it was so intense. There was so much that they said, you know what? Apparently they hired other kings and other soldiers to come after us. So they started running. They didn't have time. Even the horses, they left. They ran on foot. And they ran away. And as they were running, I guess whoever grabbed stuff to let me grab my bag. And, it was like coming towards them. So in order to hasten their speed, they dropped stuff. They dropped clothes, they dropped their bags, they dropped their jewelry, they dropped their gold and the silver and their food and everything. So things were strewn all over the place. And the people of Samaria were able to go once the coast was cleared, and they were able to pick up stuff, and they had food, and they were selling, the wheat and the barley. And at the gate, so the man that the prophet told him, he said, you're going to see it, but you're not going to be able to enjoy it because you doubted God. And the people, in their haste to come in to purchase food and stuff, they trampled that man and he died. Now there's another moral to this story. How do we know a true prophet? I've heard about prophet this and prophet that, and I'm not, don't get me wrong. But what I'm trying to say is that there is a way that we know when a prophet is true, when he's of God, because everything that he says, it should come to pass if he's of God. Not even a part of it, all of it, it has to line up with what he said. The prophet told him that tomorrow this time, 2 measures of barley would be sold for a shekel, and 1 measure of flour, wheat, for a shekel. And exactly that is what happened. Exactly what he told them, that you will not be able to enjoy. They trampled him to death because he doubted. And I do not understand everything about the way God works, and neither do you or anyone. We live to trust and obey God, because sometimes God gives this person a chance and he doesn't give that other person a chance. With Elkanah, Hannah's husband, when he went to the temple, he doubted when the prophet told him, your wife is going to have a son. And he was dumb until John was born, which was John the Baptist. And we don't know how God does things. We don't understand, because he knows the intent of the heart. He knows our thoughts. He knows everything. We only know what we see and what we hear. We are limited to seeing and hearing when it comes to discerning things. But God, he knows the inward part, and that's how he judges us. Or we can say whatever we want, but he's looking at this part. What's going on up here? Why are you saying this? Why are you doing this? Why am I doing these stories? Is it for people to see me? Is it that I want to be known? Or is it because I want to share this wonderful message of salvation? You don't know that. God knows the reason why. So, and that is why I do these tours, because I want us to grow. I want us to trust God. I don't want to be like, okay, this is not about me. I am truly passionate about God's laws, about his Sabbath, and I am trying to grow. As I tell these stories, I want to grow. I want to be better, a better person. Because why? I love Jesus, and he's coming, and he's coming soon. God bless you as we listen to these stories, that we would grow in obedience to God, because he loves us. He loves us. And everything that he has asked us to do, the commandments he gave us, is because we benefit from it. We are a better people. We love him more, and we love our brothers and our sisters more. God bless you. Until next time, remember, again I say, Jesus is coming, and he's coming soon. The signs are there. Keep watching. Bye.